One of Hollywood's biggest directors, Quentin Tarantino, is coming clean about what he knew about Harvey Weinstein. Tarantino admits he has known for decades about Weinstein's alleged sexual misconduct with women. He tells New York Times correspondent and CBS News contributor Jodi Kantor that he feels ashamed for doing nothing. The two men have been close for decades. Most of Tarantino's movies, like Pulp Fiction and Kill Bill, were distributed by Weinstein. Weinstein denies engaging in any non-consensual sex. Jodi Kantor is here. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's been 2 weeks since your piece came out. Now we have more than 50 women have come forward. And the story is not done yet. I mean, we're still, every day, there seems to be a new disclosure.
Yesterday, Lupita Nyong'o published an extraordinary essay in the Times where she talked about a very familiar now tale of alleged harassment by Weinstein. And what she says is that she, at the time, didn't know that it was happening to other women. She felt so alone. So I think part of the reason the story is staying alive is that women keep coming forward, and each tale is so powerful.
Yeah, the modus operandi seems always to be the same.
Well, in her case, what is remarkable about her story is that it took place in his own Connecticut home, and apparently his children were just a room or two away.
What's the likelihood of a criminal indictment in some of these cases?
I don't want to speculate too much on that. These are still allegations, and we know that police departments in several places are investigating, but I think it's the right question to ask, certainly.
Jodi, the first time you were on this at the table with the story, and we asked you, is there more to come? You said, we'll see. Did you know that this was coming? Did you have any inkling that this would be the follow-up to your story?
I knew that there were people in Hollywood who were waiting to see whether they wanted to speak out or not. I never anticipated something like the Me Too movement, which has now spread to other industries, and it's been international. And I think what's happened, part of the power of the Weinstein story, is that there are now many people who are asking themselves, should I have said something 10, 15, 20 years ago? For the victims, it's very hard. We don't want to blame the victims. I think
that what Quentin Tarantino is
coming forward.
Now?
But yes, but somebody like Tarantino said to me specifically on the phone 2 days ago, should I have done more? I knew these stories firsthand. One of them happened to my own girlfriend. Mira Sorvino. I didn't take it seriously enough. I minimized it. I brushed it aside. So I think many people are saying, I don't want to be the person, whether I was a victim or a witness or whatever. I don't want to brush it aside. I want to speak up and make sure that nobody else is treated this way.
What should be the conversation now about sexual harassment?
What should be?
The conversation.
Well, I think that part of the conversation we're having is that we still lack an agreed upon basic legal and social definition of what sexual harassment is. One of the things that Quentin Tarantino said to me is that when he heard these stories from women, he didn't think sexual harassment. He had a very old-fashioned, almost dismissive image of, oh, the boss chased, the secretary around the desk a little bit, almost like it was some sort of comedic set piece. He said that part of his recognition, and he also said his culpability, is the fact that he now realizes that this was a terrifying situation for women to be in.
What do you make of the Weinstein employees now speaking out? It was reported, we just reported earlier, that many of them broke down and cried when they read many of the revelations that are coming forward, that they had no idea. And now they want to be released from their NDAs, or non-disclosure.
Well, as a reporter, I was thrilled that they made that statement about NDAs, because I have said to many people on the phone this summer and other times, NDAs should not be used to cover up abuse. We're journalists. We believe in people being able to tell their stories. I tell people my job is to make it safe for you to tell your story. A piece of paper is meant to, prevent you from leaking competitor secrets, but not to cover up abuse in the workplace. The Weinstein and Miramax company employees are a really interesting case, because some of them did know and failed to speak out years ago, but a lot of people either had no idea this was happening, they just went to work at these companies to make films, or remember that Weinstein and Miramax executives and former executives did help us in our reporting, right? Because our reporting became a way for them to finally do something after all these years. They didn't feel entirely right about what had happened.
Thank you, Jodi.
Thank you very much, Jodi Kantor.
Thank you.